One. Hey guys, this is Taylor Jones, agent with the Cana team here at Keller Williams in Myrtle Beach. Today, we're going to talk to Weston Wallace. Weston is an agent on the team, represents a couple different niches, and he's going to give you a little bit of his background. I'm going to have him keep it brief because I want him to tell you a little bit about his history that led him into real estate, and then he's going to tell you about the team today. So Wes, do me a favor, just give maybe a 1-minute introduction to our clients here.
Gotcha. Hey, my name's Weston Wallace, and I am a born and raised local here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm a second generation realtor. My father, Randy Wallace, is a broker in charge here at Keller Williams and the team leader for the Cana group, which Taylor and myself are actually restructuring and taking over ownership of the group, which we're really excited about. Last year was a really big year for us, starting that transition, and we're starting to implement all of that stuff this year going into 2025. Most of my background is in new home construction. That's what I specialize in. My father being a new homes developer here in the Myrtle Beach area since '77. I've grown up around new homes my whole life. I've sold for regional and local builders. So that's really my background.
Gotcha. No, it's perfect. My next question was actually going to be, what's your specific background in real estate? Give our clients kind of an idea how long you've been in the game. If you've worked with different companies, if you've worked in different niches, just a little bit about your real estate background now.
Right. So yeah, again, my background. Sorry.
It's okay.
So again, my background is primarily in new construction homes. I have worked for regional builders and local builders here in the Myrtle Beach area, being an on-site sales manager. We're essentially taking the listings on for an entire subdivision. So all the day-to-day operations, all the sales contracts, the follow-up, the ins and outs of the entire new home community is really what I've specialized in.
How many years have you been in real estate total?
I have been
Officially.
I have been licensed going on 10 years now.
Gotcha.
But like I said, born and raised a second generation realtor. Some of my best memories are when I was a little kid walking through subdivisions and new homes under construction with my father. So it's in my blood.
Yeah.
I've been around it my whole life.
I want to ask you about that later so they can kind of hear like your why behind real estate. But next, I want you to tell them what it's been like growing up as a kid, as a young adult, and now into your adulthood in Myrtle Beach. Because one question I get asked all the time is, what's it like to live in Myrtle Beach? So why don't you give kind of your gist?
Well, I think being born and raised here is a little bit different than people moving here and living here.
Yeah.
For some time, because that's always a funny conversation with somebody, asking them where they're from, and they say Myrtle Beach, and I say, oh yeah, me too. Where'd you go to school? And they're like, well, I've been here for like 3 or 4 years.
That's me.
So being here my whole life, it is a little bit different. I've seen the growth of our community. There's so many things that have gone on here. I remember when I was a little kid, we used to be able to play in the street in Ocean Boulevard, born and raised right by the ocean, and playing in the street in Ocean Boulevard in the wintertime, and you might not see a car go by for an hour and a half, and it was very seasonal. And now it's not so much seasonal. We've got full-time residents here, industry's growing here. It's not just retirees anymore. We've got people that are moving here to work, and especially a lot of people can work remotely now, and so I think one of the biggest things is with the increase of people moving here. A lot of stuff that's come with that is the roads and just how everything's just kind of come together and developed throughout our entire community.
Yeah.
Yep.
And why I thought that was important was, I think it was yesterday, the day before, that I saw on Instagram. One of the news companies was talking about how we're top 5 in growth again, which I'm not surprised about. But where I feel like they really fumbled the ball on this was, they said it's a retirement community. And that's actually not what's moving here. Previously was that? Yeah. That's what Myrtle Beach was known for, tourism and retirement. But we're having a lot of young professionals now moving here. I was with one Monday night, a young family. But guys like Weston and I, we're actually the same age. And, a little different perspective. He grew up here. I moved here 13 years ago. But there is a middle generation now that's really taken what the older generation built and moving it forward. So So that's my gist on that, and I appreciate you sharing that. Because did you go to Myrtle Beach High School?
Absolutely. All Myrtle Beach schools, Myrtle Beach primary, elementary,
Yeah,
intermediate,
yeah.
middle, and high school.
And you
Yep.
have a twin sister.
Have a twin sister. Yep.
Yep. Does she still live here?
She lives here. She's in the medical profession.
Yep.
We're at Grand Strand Hospital. I have another brother, older brother, that lives here who is a
Mm-hmm.
chef. He works at a very nice restaurant here. So yeah.
And Weston and I are going to cover that topic another day in regards to like what kind of industries are here. What can I do for a living here? We'll cover that another day, but I want to transition into this. So Weston's been in real estate for 10 years. He's covered a bunch of different niches. He's covered listings. He's covered buyers. He's covered, investment properties, new home construction. What I want to ask you, Wes, is, what do you feel like the Cana team coming forward, right? This vision we're pitching of Cana being a team into 2025. What do you see as a benefit to the client? Our approach is being a team.
I think the most important part of it is being able to have multiple people that are working with you and for you in the transaction instead of just one person. I mean, you're going to have different perspective. You're going to have people that specialize in certain areas. So it's not just like one person taking on all these roles. It's a team that's here, to give the best experience to the buyer or the seller. Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that was really unique because that's one thing I've been talking to a lot of people about right now. Actually, you have to change your name anyway in real estate now from a group to a team. But we've been talking about this for over a year now. Becoming a team, having the agents work together, partnershiping as co-agents on deals to where you get Weston introduce himself to you. He meets you when you come, and then all of a sudden you meet me on the back end. And we work on that deal closing it. And then you get Rose, who comes in to work on the transaction coordination side. She's making sure everything's buttoned up at the very end. Our goal is to make this one of the biggest transactions of your life as seamless and as smooth as possible. So, Wes, I want to finish with this because it's one thing you're launching going into 2025. We talked about it a little bit, and I've got two questions for it. Two questions for you that you're going to answer for them. But the first is, tell them about what to anticipate from us and from you at New Home Construction Development going into 2025. So that new website, things like that.
Yeah, so really excited to launch a new tool, for customers and clients that's going to be able to help with the new homes process. Basically, just to be able to search new homes where, if you were to go to Zillow or Redfin or another agent's website, it gets clouded with, you could go down these rabbit holes. The next thing you know, you're looking at multi-million-dollar houses,
Yeah.
or it's a lot or manufactured on leased land, and it's not specific to what you're looking for, which is new construction homes. And so I'm excited to actually have a platform that is specific to new construction homes. But it's not just a data website. We're tying it in with content, with our experience throughout the community or these new home communities and the builders. So you're getting, a real life perspective from agents from here that know our market and know the area. So it's kind of tying it all together, but it's still specific to new construction homes.
Yeah. And we actually just got done talking about new construction, and this is going to be the thing. Again, I want to ask, your why real estate at the end. This is going to be the last question before that, but why do you think, from your perspective, because again, you've worked on both sides of the transaction now, actually sitting on site and now being a buyer's agent for someone buying new construction. Why do you think our clients should choose us to represent them when they go buy new construction versus using the on-site agent?
Yeah, so that's a big thing. I mean, I know it firsthand from being on site working with the builders. Is as an on-site sales agent, they and myself, when I was working for builders, can only represent the seller, which is the builder. So their best interest is always going to be for the builder and the seller. Yes, can they work with you? Can you work with them? Absolutely. But I think it's important to remember that they can only represent the builder, which is the seller. And, they might not also, that being said, they might not always, put in or include these incentives that they have. They might not offer them to you. So if you're working with somebody like us that has experience, actually working with the builders, we know what to ask for. We know what's going to come up. We understand the process and kind of can guide you through that. And we have relationships with a lot of builders around here because we also do development. My father does development, so we sell a lot of lots and property to these builders. So our ears always to the ground with what's going on with them, what kind of incentives they have,
Yeah.
and so we know what to look out for.
Yeah, and why I wanted you to give that is because we actually, in launching this team idea, whenever you get actual, real, tangible proof, it can create momentum, right? Wes and I actually, we had two deals over the summer that we co-agencyed on, and the clients both bought new construction. We brought them on site and we showed them property. Any specific examples from those two as to why we are a good benefit to the client? So either one of those examples, closing credits,
Oh,
things like that.
absolutely. Yeah. Just like what I was talking about earlier,
Yeah.
what to look out for and to actually make sure that it's put into the sales contract. I mean, we save tens of thousands of dollars for our clients, looking at new construction homes. And I think that I think if you have somebody like us looking out for you in your best interest, other than somebody that may potentially not, it's just at the end of the day, there's going to be more savings and a better experience.
Yeah, and we're going to get you some testimonials of those too, because we could tell you this stuff till we're blue in the face, but until you hear it from a client, it's hard to really believe it. And we're going to get you some of that content. So my last question for you, Wes, is this: I was talking to a client recently on the phone who is a former real estate agent themselves, and they said, they said one of the questions that they ask all the real estate agents that they've ever worked with is this: being a real estate agent, they said, why? Why did you choose to be a real estate agent? Because it can really tell you if that's the person you want to work with, right? So what's your why, Wes? Why real estate? Why was it important to you? Why are you still doing it?
Well, again, a big part of it is being a second generation realtor, growing up in the industry. But it was never pushed on me. My father was always encouraging me to do something, whatever it was that I loved and enjoyed doing. All I've ever done here in Myrtle Beach in my working career has been restaurants and real estate. So I've been serving the public my whole life, and it's
Yeah.
something that I love doing. I just want to help people, whether it's taking them food, cooking them food, or helping them find a home or sell a home. And that's the joy that I get, is helping people.
Yeah, and you guys could probably tell in that, right? I'm a first generation person that moved here 13 years ago. I love this area. I believe in this area, and that's why I sell real estate. But it was easy for me to partner with Weston and his father in this team when I heard those stories, because that's really what we're doing for you guys. We are serving you. Okay, we're here to assist you. This is your transaction. But once it's done, we're not going to stop. We're not just going to leave you here and then ghost you, right? This is something that we've created as a part of our community and our family. We're friends with 99% of our clients. They still call us and text us. So we're just here for you. And I just want to take time to thank you guys. Wes, thanks for taking time
Absolutely,
to talk
yeah.
to the clients. You guys will see Wes. Please request him. Please send him emails and texts. He's ready to work in 2025 as we are. And like I said, you'll be working with all of us when you work with one of us. So thanks again for taking time to watch. If you have any questions, please shoot them in the comments. Feel free to shoot me an email, text, or phone call. Look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you have a blessed 2025 so far.